Boom. There we go. We are live, everybody. Charlie Marlow here. I apologize for my voice. A little bit under the weather. What is today? Wednesday. I started to feel a little sick on Sunday, so getting much better. My voice is what? 85%, but we're improving. And look, we're doing the live stream. Let's go. I even had somebody waiting. My guy, John Rybolt, said, "When does this start?" And I said, "Look, very soon," meaning right now. Let's go. Okay, let's get right into it. We'll have some other people joining us, but you probably saw the title. Kamala Harris gets great news in the great state of Pennsylvania. So I was basically not going to do any video today, but then I just checked the betting odds and I was surprised that Kamala Harris had a big boost. When I say big, these days, if you have a swing of about 3 points, that's pretty big. If you remember, she had a swing of about what, 8.5, maybe 9 percentage points in the betting odds after the debate. So look, here's what I'm looking at right here. There you go. Election betting odds. Kamala Harris right now, 54.2%. Donald Trump, 44.3%. So let's just call it 54, 45, whatever you want to say, 55, 45. But Kamala Harris has jumped up 1.3 percentage points today, and Donald Trump has dropped 1.5 percentage points. So again, we're talking about a 3-point swing percentage-wise in the betting odds. So you're probably asking yourself, as I was, well, why is this happening? First of all, also, look at the Electoral College map. I don't know if you can see that, but they have Democrats with 276 Electoral College votes. Now, the reason for that is some very good polling news for Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania. So, according to electionbettingodds.com right now, I mean, it's so close. It's so close in Pennsylvania. They have Democrats, Kamala Harris, with a 50.5% chance of winning Pennsylvania, Republicans 49.5% chance. That's an absolute toss-up, folks. An absolute toss-up. Okay. But again, you're probably asking yourself, well, what polling are you talking about, Charlie? What did we have today that happened? And so we have this Quinnipiac poll, and this was a swing state poll. One of these days I'll share my screen with you guys, but I just want you to know I'm reading from legit polling and data and news sites here. I'm not just pulling this out of my arse, okay? So here's the headline. Quinnipiac poll, September 18th. That is today. Swing state poll 2024. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Harris ahead in 2 key battleground states. 3rd state up for grabs. Quinnipiac University poll finds. And then they talk about the Senate races as well. So look, here's what's important. Here's what's important right there. That top part. Pennsylvania, Harris, 51, Trump, 45. How about Jill Stein? I don't even know who this Oliver person is. But Pennsylvania, Harris, 51, Trump, 45. Harris with a 6-point lead. That is huge in the state of Pennsylvania, which I think it's fair to say this election is going to come down to Pennsylvania. Michigan, Harris is up 50 to 45, and Wisconsin, Harris is up 1 point, according to this poll, 48-47 in Wisconsin. So recapping real quick, in Pennsylvania, Harris up 6 points on Trump. In Michigan, Harris up 5 points on Donald Trump. Wisconsin, Harris up just 1 point. So that's why in the headline, Quinnipiac basically said that one is a up for grabs state, Wisconsin. Now, I found this very interesting. By the way, if you're watching right now, if you want to comment or ask questions, feel free to do so. This won't be super long, but I found this part super interesting about the Quinnipiac poll and basically the questions they asked. So on the issues, okay, we'll start with the economy. All right, in Pennsylvania, 50% say Trump is better on the economy. 48% say Harris, but that's pretty dang close for an issue that Trump was crushing Joe Biden. Michigan is the same, 50% for Trump, 48% for Harris. Wisconsin, 51 for Trump, 47% for Harris. So Trump with slight leads there, but Harris very close. So she's obviously closing the gap in terms of the economy, whereas Donald Trump was smoking Joe Biden when it came to the economy. Okay, immigration, in my opinion, the Republicans' best issue. I was also surprised at how close Harris now is in these swing states. So 50% say Trump is better on immigration in Pennsylvania. 46% say Harris. Michigan, 49% say Trump. 48% say Harris is better on immigration. So the technical question was, likely voters were asked who they think would do a better job handling these 5 issues. As I said, mentioned the economy, immigration. So in Wisconsin, 52% say Trump better on immigration, 45% say Harris. Preserving democracy in the United States. Harris leads in Pennsylvania 52% to 45. Harris leads in Michigan 51% to 45. Harris leads in Wisconsin 50 to 47. Okay. I'm not going to go forever on this, but I think this is pretty dang interesting. Abortion. Okay. Abortion, which I think is Democrats' best issue. I said earlier, I think Republicans' best issue is immigration. But so on abortion, 57% in Pennsylvania say Harris is better. 38% say Trump. In Michigan, 53% say Kamala Harris is better. 42% for Donald Trump. In Wisconsin, 53% of likely voters say Kamala Harris is better on abortion. 40% say Trump. And the final one, the final issue, a crisis that put the country at risk. In Pennsylvania, 49% say Harris over Trump at 47%. 51% in Michigan say Harris, 47% for Trump. In Wisconsin, 49% for Harris, 48% for Trump. I know I threw a ton of numbers at you right there. And then I'll read this last part. This is from Quinnipiac University polling analyst Tim Malloy. Quote, 3 crucial swing states wave a red flag at the Trump campaign. The GOP's most go-to attack strategies against Democrats on immigration and the economy may be losing momentum. Likely voters now see little daylight, in most cases, between Harris and Trump on who can best handle those key issues. Okay, so I gave you all the data right there. And again, Kamala Harris had a nice little surge in the betting odds today, and you can update this by the minute. So 3 minutes ago, here's what it was. Basically, right about a 10 percentage point lead for Kamala Harris, 54.2%, 44.5% betting odds. That's the chances they win. Kamala Harris with about dang close to a 10 percentage point lead over Donald Trump. That was about 8 points or so. Maybe got up to 9. It was about 8 points after the debate. So again, Kamala Harris has jumped up about 2.7 percentage points today, mostly based on some good polling in those swing states, specifically in Pennsylvania from Quinnipiac. Okay, let's get to a couple of your comments. My guy, Ace, anything on North Carolina? Not this particular poll. Let's see. And Ace, thanks as always for jumping in and always commenting. Interest rates dropping today. Hell yeah. Gas down to $2.90 a gallon. Their plan is working, in my opinion. Yeah, I think economy, I hate to say this because I say it all the time. I know people are sick of it, but I just think the further and further we get away from COVID, look, I know it was 4 years ago, but the way it stressed all of our markets, domestic, internationally, the further we get away from all of that spending and even some of the supply chain disruptions that you're thinking about more so 2 years ago, but as we get further away from what was a 100-year economic event, everything is improving. I know it's not improving at a rate a lot of people want, but it is getting better. And yes, I think the Biden-Harris administration should get some credit for that, but there's probably a lot of people also saying, hey, it's taking way too long to basically flip this inflation, which a couple years ago, they said that inflation was not going to be long-term. What was the exact word they used? I can't remember the exact word they used, but it lasted a little too long. I think we all agree. Okay, let's see. Ace again, the party most likely to lie. GOP 100%, Dems 15%. Percentage sign LMAO. That's your opinion, Ace. They both lie a lot. I think it's fair to say Trump lies more than Kamala Harris. I think that's pretty fair to say. Different lies. Laura Hauser with some celebrations. There you go. Transitory. That was the word I was thinking of, Joe D. Transitory, and I couldn't find it. Thank you so much, Joe D. Basically, they said a couple years ago inflation was going to be transitory. It wasn't. It's still around. And look, even though your grocery prices are improving, gas is going down slowly. I feel like here in St. Louis, it's like 283 is the best I've gotten, which is pretty good. It's nice to see a 2 as the first number. You want that down closer to actually $2. But also there's some other stuff. I mean, the interest rates are super high. Hopefully they start to drop. Insurance is sky high, through the roof. And anything to get fixed on your house, contracting work, all that stuff. Cost of labor is super high. I have a small rental property business, and all of that stuff has gone up. And obviously your taxes and the HOAs, the HOA fees, if you're talking about a condo, those have gone through the roof as well, because it's so hard to get insurance for these condo associations as well. But yes, transitory was the word I was looking for. Thank you, Joe D. And Ace, yes, they do all lie, sir. Yes, they do. Any more questions from you guys? What do you think? I'm not going to go super long on this. I was going to do a video. It's easier to go live. What do you think also of my, where's it at? Over there. Whoop. See, it's weird. It's opposite. I'm like, I can't even do this. Okay. See? My daughter's little Halloween pumpkin over there. Okay. Any questions, any comments? I'm not going to go super long. What do you guys think? Are you buying it? Look, this is still super close. Obviously, it's a coin toss. It's probably going to come down to Pennsylvania. But right now, look, everything has been positive for Kamala Harris for the last about, 8-9 days. Start with the debate. She beat Donald Trump in the debate, and she's had some good polling numbers off that. Here, I'll go to Real Clear Politics, which I have not cited Real Clear Politics yet today. I know Eric Messersmith and his buddy Brian Johnson, we put that video on the channel, and they were citing the polling numbers. So here's Real Clear Politics. Okay. I will share my screen with you guys at some point. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Thank you all for watching, by the way. Comment, like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. But so basically the Real Clear Politics polling average is Harris +2. But I think it's important to note that we shouldn't really, in my opinion, count any polls before the debate, because that was a huge event and some of the polling numbers have really changed. So basically, the debate was September 10th. So we'll start with polling on September 11th at least. You have Harris +4 in TIPP. You have Forbes, Harris +4, Morning Consult, Harris +6. DFP, Harris +4, Yahoo, Harris +4. You have the one outlier for Trump, which is Atlas Intel, has Trump +3. So there is a good poll, one good poll for Trump. But then ABC Ipsos has Harris +4. So if you're going just the polls, I'm going to do quick math in my head. So 4, 8, 14, 18, 22, 26. Minus 3 is 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's about, my quick math is that's about 3.5 or 4 points for Kamala Harris. All the polling since the debate. And then if you're just joining me here, the reason I did this video is that Kamala Harris got really good polling, Quinnipiac swing state polling, that she's leading in Pennsylvania, 51-45 over Trump. Leading in Michigan, 50-45. Wisconsin, according to Quinnipiac, is much closer. Harris, 48, Trump, 47. So that one essentially a coin flip right there. And Jill Stein is still in there. Jill Stein's getting 1% in Pennsylvania, 2% in Michigan, and 1% in Wisconsin. What if Jill Stein was the spoiler that gave this election to Donald Trump because of, 2% in Michigan? That's pretty good. Even 1% in Pennsylvania. If it's much closer than this Quinnipiac poll, if it's actually more of a toss-up, what if Jill Stein is the reason that Donald Trump wins Pennsylvania and thus wins the election? It could happen. Okay. Another question, Joe D. What are your thoughts on the Biden-Harris strategy was to deplete the strategic petroleum reserve to help reduce the cost of gas starting prior to the midterms? Okay, that's true. Also, then I read a report that they bought a bunch of fuel back then at a big discount and saved a bunch of money. Okay, check me on that. I remember reading that about, a month ago. I'm not an expert on the production of oil and all that. I know, look, like Biden and Harris or not, I've always said this too. I don't think presidents have a huge deal to do with gas prices. And I remember looking up a year or so ago, I don't know the exact number, but I feel like federal lands, there's only about 10% is owned in terms of the federal lands, the federal leases. And again, whether you like Joe Biden or not, and I think clearly Republicans are better on oil, but this administration has pumped more oil than any administration in the history of this country. It just kept going up after Trump. Now, there was a big decline in 2020 because of COVID. Obviously, nobody was traveling, cars, planes, and all that. That's what I got to tell you about that. I'm no expert, but check me on all those and let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'm remembering things I read over the last couple months or so. Ace, I really hope the nonsense of trying to hurt Trump stops, and I'm not a Trump guy at all. Absolutely. Clearly, nobody wants to see any of these people hurt. Doesn't matter if you vote for them or not, like them or not. We need to simmer down now when it comes to some of these crazy people going after Donald Trump the last couple of months. And, isn't it, I don't know what the right word is, but like the two guys that shot at Trump was what? Crooks, Matthew Thomas Crooks, and this guy, Ryan Wesley Routh or Routh. They both are freaking straight out of central casting for what an assassin of the president looks like, don't they? They just look like the patsies that you always hear about, going back to Lee Harvey Oswald. Crooks, he just looked like that incel type teenager, early 20-something male that probably didn't have any friends, bullied, not great luck with the women, and turns for whatever reason to violence and gets politically polarized and radicalized and all that. And then this guy, this Ryan Routh or Ruth, however you pronounce it, this guy was all over Ukraine. He seems like a dude who's just obsessed with politics and voted for Trump, but then didn't, and then wanted Haley. But I don't even know all that. Correct me on all that, guys. I read the same stuff that you guys read, but both these people are obviously deranged, radicalized, and it ain't good. Let's see. Really appreciate your down the middle approach, calling balls and strikes on both sides. Good stuff. Joe D, I appreciate it. That's the best compliment that we can get. I had another compliment the other day that said, I was surprised at how down the middle this channel was. And again, that's the best compliment we could get. I hope when we look years from now, we have, I don't want to say 100,000 subscribers. And I hope you still feel that way. I don't ever want to be a channel that's only liked by liberals or only watched by conservatives. We want everybody to watch this channel, watch our videos, and feel like it's pretty fair. Everybody leans a certain way. Everybody has their own biases. That's always going to happen. But just be fair for the most part. That's all that we ask. John Reibold, just experience an ad. Nothing wrong with that, right? I did put in some ads. I think they're every 6 minutes. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. I will re-release this video. I'll edit it up a little bit. I'll put some graphics on it and re-release it so it's easier to consume, because I know on these live streams sometimes I just ramble a little bit. And you know what? I think we'll wrap it up. We're at 20 minutes. I think that's perfect. I appreciate all you guys jumping in, jumping on. Joe D, hope you got some money for those ads. Yes, we do. Yeah, we're monetized here. We had I'll tell you what, that live stream after the debate, we had 50,000 people watch that, which was crazy. And it just goes to show you. I mean, obviously, that debate was the number one trending topic on Earth, on the freaking planet, because we're not a big channel. For 2,500 people to be watching our channel at once concurrently, and then 50,000 total. I mean, I can't even imagine what the big channels that cover politics all the time, because everybody was live, by the way. Everybody on Earth that covers politics or talks about politics on YouTube was live right after that debate. All right. Ace, have a great day to all Republicans and Democrats and independents. How about that, Ace? Well said. Let's end on that. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and tell people about the channel. Share the videos, share the shows. One more question, John Reibel. You doing a live video after the VP debate? Yes, we're going to do live streams after all the debates. Hopefully, there's another presidential debate. I don't know. If I'm Trump, I got to do one because I got to make up for that last one. So I hope we see another one. But yeah, we're going to do a live stream after the VP debate and hopefully another presidential debate. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Comment, like, subscribe. Love you all. See you later. Have a great rest of your day. End stream. Boom.